Hey guys, Mark David here, and I'm here today to do a review on the Suicide Squad. Before we start, feel free to subscribe to my channel as I like to do movie reviews and occasionally show off the Blu-rays that I buy. Alright, let's get started. I do not mind the Suicide Squad is directed by James Gunn, as you've known him for directing the Guardians of the Galaxy films and Marvel. And it stars a lot of people like Margot Robbie, John Cena, Idris Elba, Kai Courtney, Pete Davidson, Viola Davis, like a huge ensemble cast. Like, it's insane. I have my notes here. I went to a movie screening, and let's get started on this crazy film. Alright, if you don't know anything about this film, don't worry, I got you. Basically, the whole premise of the film is based on Viola Davis's character, who she plays is Amanda Waller. She assembles the worst villains that they have locked up and make them into a team, the Suicide Squad, and she sends them on missions for her, like for her benefit, and basically if they complete the mission and they survive, they get time off of their jail sentence. Alright. Right off the bat, the film takes off running. I was honestly like surprised. I was expecting a backstory for all the characters first and then assembling the team and then going on the mission. That's not the case. Like, we assemble the team in the first few seconds of the film and we're thrown into the mission. It's insane. But we still do get backstories throughout the film, but they come up within the story. Like, it's natural and it comes up and they do the backstories real quick and beautiful. Like, it doesn't take away from the story, which I think James Gunn did beautifully. Now, the action in this film is insane. Like, my mind was blown. Personally, I think that Harley Quinn had the best action scene, and like, we honestly got the best Harley Quinn in this film. Margot Robbie, stunning like always, but in this film she's just wow, like the best incarnation we've gotten in film. There are many characters that also get to shine. For example, without spoilers, Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher have some amazing abilities that are shown on screen. Another of my favorites are Bloodsport, because he has some really cool technology. I know people compare him to Deadshot, but he's honestly super different. And Peacemaker, like, they all have incredible scenes. King Shark as well, super rated R. Like, this film is nuts. Talking about the cast, there's some great chemistry. I think my favorite chemistry between these two cast members was Peacemaker and Bloodsport. Oh my god, they constantly bicker back and forth and they try to one-up each other. It's like measuring dicks, and it's throughout the whole film, and it's hilarious, but super well done too.
Leader, you're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
Bloodsport also has a great, like, father and daughter relationship with Ratcatcher too. So that was really nice. Like, they have some very touching moments throughout the film as well. And honestly, for me, for these characters to be like the worst villains ever, I think they have a lot of heart. Like, there's a lot of moments where I was like heartfelt, like coming from all these people, you know. I felt bad for them. Ratcatcher 2 probably had the most like heartfelt moments for me. She was so sweet. She had some great interactions with the cast. Polka Dot Man was amazing. Poor thing, like, I loved him a lot. His powers are amazing, and his backstory was kind of sad too. King Shark has a lot of emotional moments as well, where you're just like, oh, poor thing, like, I just want to hug you even though you can probably eat me. And I know Peacemaker is coming out with the HBO Max series. Before I watched this film, I myself was like, out of all the characters, why him? But once you watch this movie, you're gonna like understand why they chose him, and I just cannot wait to see what they bring to that show, because oh my god, John Cena is hilarious in this role and he's just so perfect. Moving on to James Gunn. I feel like he elevates his camera techniques in this film. I noticed he used a lot of very cool techniques that I've never seen him use before. There's a lot of camera movements with the action, but they're like so clean. There's like no shaky cam stuff. It just moves with the character and it twists and turns sometimes. There's some cool zoom effects, and honestly, like the visuals, cinematography were just amazing. In my Twitter out of theater reaction, I said it felt like a Western film, a modern one. Like this is the first time I think a modern Western film was actually done right. Like I know we've tried to remake Westerns throughout time, but it's just something that stayed back in time that we're not interested in. But this has a lot of Western vibes to it, and James Gunn nailed it. I also love how James Gunn was able to balance out the humor and the darkness in the film. Like the humor's not your kid Marvel type humor. The humor's very dark, and I was shocked to like hear a lot of the jokes. I was like, oh my god, we're actually like going that route. But it's not kid friendly, which I personally love. Like I think James Gunn let loose. Like he's super creative, super talented, super funny, and like honestly dark humor is fine sometimes, and it works so well with these characters and the cast. Like I just can't like stop thinking about all the jokes, how everyone laughed out loud. Like it was honestly amazing seeing the movie in theaters with a packed theater and all of us having these reactions. Like I really recommend you guys go watch it in IMAX because it's filmed for IMAX, so you get that huge ratio. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Going into the rated R, it's not like we're gonna say a bad word rated R. We're gonna rip people apart. We're gonna show you gruesome deaths. We're gonna have super dark humor. The rated R, I feel like it's even worse than the Deadpool, because I feel like Deadpool like held back on the rated R. The Suicide Squad does not hold back. There's a lot of stuff that goes down where I literally was like, what the fuck? Like we as a theater cannot believe it. We're over here like gasping, just reacting to all this stuff going down, and we just couldn't believe it. Like it was freaking great. There's a lot of bloody battles. But that brings me into the comparisons. I know a lot of people are going to compare this to Guardians of the Galaxy, and let me tell you right now, the Suicide Squad runs circles around Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is more of a kid-friendly film. Like it's super family-friendly. The Suicide Squad is not that. The Suicide Squad is gonna fucking probably have you queasy from all the stuff that they show, the dark humor, it's just literally like it's a lot to handle sometimes, and I love it. So in my opinion, the Suicide Squad is way better than Guardians of the Galaxy. I still love Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favorite films from Marvel, but if we want to compare, the Suicide Squad blows it out the park. This movie is genuinely James Gunn letting loose, like everyone says. So you're in for a treat if you're into that stuff. I can't stress enough how good the camera work is, the cinematography, the cast, the costumes, the set designs, the score, the soundtrack. It's just a well-rounded film. Like, no joke. Everyone's hyping this up, and they should. You guys need to watch this. Like, I can't stress it enough. The only negative thing that I can think about the film is I wish I could keep seeing more. like I said, the cast dynamic is so, it's just bizarre how well the cast works together, and you just I personally wanted to see more. And the only other thing that was bad is I have to wait a week because I saw it a week early, so now I have to wait a full week to rewatch it in IMAX. But other than that, this film is literally perfect in my eyes. The Suicide Squad releases in theaters and HBO Max starting August 5th, which is James Gunn's birthday. Go watch it on his birthday. I highly recommend it. He's going to be super happy. This is seriously one of the best comic books made to date. Like, I'm literally speechless at how good this film is. The Suicide Squad is going to get a 10 out of 10 from me. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Check out my social media in the link down below. And if you've watched it or you're excited to watch it, comment, let me know. And once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.